So the key factor is which is the best type of trading for you. Obviously, as we go through the lectures and the modules, you'll get a better understanding of the different types of trading. But one of the reasons I want to flag this up early on is so that you can consider it as you read the materials, as you listen to everything that I'm explaining. Because essentially, you've got two choices. You're either going to decide that you're going to be a short-term trader, and that means holding a position, a trade open for maybe just a number of hours, or you're going to decide, actually, that's not for me. I want to hold it for a number of days. Now, how do you make that decision? I'll help you guide your way through that as we progress. But just in terms of an overview, let me explain. You're really going to want to be a short-term trader if you feel you can watch the markets for hours every day. Now, that might be because you work from home, or you're self-employed, working from a factory or an office. Whatever the reason is, you feel you can watch the market for hours a day. Don't forget, the foreign exchange market's open 24 hours a day. So it might be that you finish work and you feel that either after work or before work, you've got a couple of hours where you can just watch the market, and that means you could potentially trade short term. Also, psychologically, and psychology is so important in trading, as you're going to see. You like to have a lot of successes, quick fire. You don't want to be waiting a long time. The other factor is that actually you quite like sitting in front of a computer. It's something which you enjoy. Not a lot of people might like that because they're more active. But let's say you actually like sitting in front of a computer. Well, that's great. Short-term trading is also good if you're impatient. You want action. You want to hit, enter, exit, and that's it. You want to get a lot of that done. You don't want to be just waiting days for a trade to come to fruition. Also, you might want to trade short-term if you think you can make a lot of money from being very active. Now, you can't make this decision at the moment. You've got to see the trading strategies I'm going to show you, make sure they resonate with you, make sure they make sense for you. Then you can make that decision. Also, you'll look at short-term trading if you think you can live with lots of work, which is what it is, and little return, because there might be days where you just do lots of work following the markets and you don't actually make any profitable trades, but there's the possibility of a lot of return. Because if you're trading actively, there might be days when you place, 100 trades and you make a lot of money on each one of them, for instance. So that's the trade-off. You're working very hard but might get no return, but then again, you might get a huge return. It's a bit like being an entrepreneur. Okay, on the flip side, you should trade longer term, i.e. hold positions for more than just a few days, if, of course, as I mentioned, you've got a full-time job, little spare time. Also, if patience fits your profile, as opposed to somebody who's in need for instant gratification, somebody who needs to be completely kept active all the time. You also want to look at long-term trades, in other words, over a few days. If you don't like the distractions and the noise that the market has, you don't want to be constantly monitoring the market, and perhaps you might even get confused by all the noise that the market makes. Moreover, if you think short-term noise is too difficult to interpret and you prefer to have a broader perspective, then of course that's more suitable for you. And similarly, you think to yourself, you know what, I'd rather spend a little bit of time on the market, and okay, I'll lose the opportunity for making a lot of money, but then again, at least I won't have spent a lot of time on the market and then have nothing to show for it. So that's the reasoning behind how you choose each one of those. Why is it so important? Again, it goes back to trading psychology. This is about what it takes to be a trader and the practical importance of being a trader. And it comes down really to this issue. If you don't pick what's right for your personality, and as I said, you won't be able to choose right now, it's going to take a bit of time, then what's going to happen as you go through these strategies and you do actually make the decision, if you make the wrong decision, you'll suffer losses. It's just human nature, because if you're fighting against your innate ability, if you're an impatient person and you try to trade for the longer term, hold trades over a number of days, you'll just exit them too early. You just won't stay in the position. Similarly, if you're a very patient person and you're trying to trade actively, you'll stay in the trades too long. So we're going to always think about the psychology of it and what's suitable. When we look at floor traders, when we look at training up traders, this is what we try and work out, their personality and psychology. But there's another reason. get it wrong, and trust me, you will be so frustrated. You'll be frustrated because you're fighting against your innate ability and your innate personality. There is no point wishing that you're an active hedge fund manager kind of trader if your personality doesn't suit it, and vice versa. There's no point saying, well, I want to be just patient and calm if it doesn't suit your personality. That's why it's incredibly important. It's something which comes from practical experience. It comes from our own knowledge of trading and the traders that we work with, whereas academic courses won't actually tell you this, won't tell you that actually 90% of your success is going to be down to this one factor of working out what kind of trading suits you. As we work through the modules and you learn different trading strategies for different time frames, you'll get an idea of what will resonate with you and which strategies you should pick. So we'll refer back again and again to this lecture.